Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, my son.
Sir, may I know you?
Yeah, my name is Katkis Urom Inatu Onya, a stakeholder in Ediba and a custodian of culture and tradition.
Okay. Sir, please, can you tell us the historical background of Rathobai Festival?
Oh, I am pleased to welcome everybody to this 2020 Rathobai Festival. Rathobai Festival is traditionally an organization, an association or activity that ushers in the year's harvest season. It is a crime against any person to venture to eat new yam when these activities are not yet performed. And the celebration of Rathobai, also called Hivunoboko or Aji, is as old as Bamuno themselves. Historically, the people of Bamuno, we are a stock of the Koi, the rich culture Koi tribe, and we were said to migrate from the Bantu-speaking region of the Central and South Africa up to moving to a place called Komono in the Cameroon region. When we left Komono, we went to Akpa. Komono is where our name migrated. Ba meaning the people of Komono, the people of Komono, then we call ourselves Bahumono. And so right from when we moved from Akpa, we all went and gathered at Otumusa. Other villages and tribes that stay with us in Akpa all went to their places and reside where they are. The Ediba people moved from Otumusa to where they found themselves, and we continue to celebrate that activities. Because New Yam is our main occupation, yam planting, and so we have to celebrate it as the main crop. And so New Yam is the king of all crops, and that is why we celebrate it. And how it began, the chief priest of Akpa Humono deity will be the first to start farming season, right from clearing up to tilling and then new yam. It is when he harvests new yam, 4 market days called Rabum, 4 Rabum, are the days that we will now allow of Akpa Humono after harvesting the new yam for us to actually celebrate the new yam. The new yam is called Owoko. And Rathobai is that new yam newly formed. And it is when there are many, we call it Rathobai. One is Rathobai, the new yam forming out of the old yam. And so we celebrate it between this July and August. And that is why new yam is a crop that we must celebrate. And it is activities that has brought people all over, especially the one we celebrated yesterday or today. We found that the whole of this week was filled with activities. The grand finale was yesterday, the 8th day of August 2020. And I wish to let people know that the chief priest is the origin of celebration of this New Yam Festival. What are the activities we used to showcase in this New Yam Festival called Rathobai? After 4 market days, when the of Akpa Humono must have gotten the new yam, the women, the old women, as early as 2 a.m. will gather at Usaini near Manugwem, and then they will start dancing from there to the from a side of Usa up to the center. It will take them almost 4 hours, because they will begin from 2 a.m. to be singing all the songs, and then expecting a spirit called Ogo. Ogo is said to be a spirit that wears bangles and will be moving from Itoto Akpang towards the Usai. I can remember my father telling me that in those days they used to come and sleep around Osanium to hear the Ogo. I don't know whether they used to hear him or not. Then later on, when the day breaks, other people will join to dance with them. One of the popular songs there used to be Aden Iwoyo Aden, and that song used to attract women talking about how men are treating them. Then finally that dance, there will be no instrument. Then the dancers will now, the maidens on Iru bangles will join them, and it will form a very big circle. Then later in the day, Aji fluters will display. Formerly it was at Usanu Sokwe, but when they found that that venue was too small for these activities, About 4 years ago, we shifted it to the field. And that is why the field is now used for that activity. The grand finale of it all is when Ovaji, who single-handedly danced to the acclamation of the crowd. I thank God for this year's festival. It marked the peace of Bahumuno, because I saw all Bahumuno villages being represented in this festival, and that is why we are very happy.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
I am very, very grateful and delighted to meet you. Sir, please, you have made mention of so many activities during the period of Rathobai festival. Are all those games and the activities mentioned, take for instance the Uchicha, you have mentioned the Ogodo, you have mentioned the dance, Oriro, that you have mentioned. Are all those games still in existence?
That's one thing. Even in my book, The Legacy of Ediba people, I have mentioned them in case they are now extinct. People should know that each season comes with some of the games. Oriro is when Ovabai clears his farm first. Excuse me. Oriro is when Ovabai clears his farm first. We use Oriro as a game to signify that. Then Uchicha is for this season. Ogodo is during tilling. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So you also make mention of the activities carried on by women. That sometimes they sing songs telling the people how their husbands treated them. Is this still in existence?
No, that is what has, except those of us who are above 60 years, have used our eyes to witness it. That special solo songs that used to start from 2 a.m. are no more.
Okay, they are no more.
They are no more.
Okay. So with all this information you've gathered, will the generation yet unborn have such a privilege of having such information, or having all the what you have just said?
Activities like what we are taking place will make them reflect, and those of us who are old and young will be able to narrate if they can rejuvenate that. But I want to tell you that it used to start with Akpa. Since the death of Akpa, of Okpata Onihana, there has been no replacement. And so the shrine has no chief priest. And so those activities of the chief priest are no more in existence.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, you said you wrote a book that
on the legacy
of
Ediba people.
Ediba people. Yes. Okay. What you just said now, is it also
included in the book? They are all in the book. Even the names of animals, leaves, all those things that we were having names in our language that children do not know. All the games we were playing or sing, all the hura, all those games, like the one we call Dudu, all the Ohom, are all mentioned in their book. The reason of me writing is to let our children know what they did not benefit, what they didn't know. Those are the things that pent up energy, and you will hardly hear people suffering from hypertension because people were engaged in all these dances in the evening. We have Iwe dance, Iwe games, we have or Sangai, all those games, Ududu, singing, and in fact, we used to dance, we used to do a sort of wrestling. All those things kept us very busy, and you go home, sleep fine after much exercise.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, can you tell us the experience you have for today's event?
The event is wonderful. I would say this one is a remarkable event. I have watched in fact, when we started celebrating this in this way, I watched the 2016 on, which is very, very, I still have a copy of the program, and I saw that this year's own is remarkable because for about 7 years, Ediba and Bahumuno, there had been no peace. But since the month of April, May, June has brought us this peace, and we celebrated it in this way. This festival has been used to showcase the love and the happiness for us to live in peace with one another. I can see Smutong, Bom, Bijakara, Fafanyin, even Manong, Afapanya, Bugo. Even Mazoure brought in a dance here for this occasion.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
We're grateful.
I'm grateful.